Hi Chameleons, it's Miss Johnson. Today we're going to be working on making a story map for another Frog and Toad story. Today we've listened to A Lost Button, which is a fantastic Frog and Toad story. So when we think about story elements and a story map, we're thinking about who are the characters in the story, what's the setting or settings in the story, what's the main problem, and then what's the solution? How do they solve the problem? So I'm going to show you two ways that you can respond to this activity. And if you really want to challenge yourself, you can do both ways like Miss Johnson did. So in each box, I went ahead and drew a picture. So for characters, you can see that I've drawn Frog and Toad. And underneath it, I wrote a complete sentence. I said, the characters are Frog and Toad. Over here for setting, this story actually has 4 different settings. So I drew a quick little picture of each one of the settings. I drew the meadow that they walk through, the woods that Frog and Toad walk through, the river, and Toad's house. For my sentence, I wrote, the settings are the meadow, the woods, the river, and Toad's house. Now, in this story, there's a big problem. So in my picture, I drew Toad, and I even used some of his words from the story to show what the problem is. In the story, guys, he loses one of his buttons, and they go searching for it. So if you remember back to the story, Toad says, "Oh, drat, I lost a button." For my sentence, I wrote, the problem is that Toad lost a button. For the solution, once again, I drew Toad. He finally gets back home and realizes that the button has been on the floor the entire time. So again, on my speech bubble, I wrote, it was here all the time. And you can see the button right down here on the floor. My sentence says, the solution is that Toad found the button on the floor in his house. You guys are going to listen to a different Frog and Toad story tomorrow and create your own story map with characters, setting, problem, and solution. I hope you enjoy listening to another Frog and Toad story. Bye, guys.